Hello, my name is Henri, and on this video we are going to talk about some investing. And the subject of this video is calendar day trading. So what we are going to do is going to look at some calendar dates which might be helpful for your trading. Let's say when it comes to fixed calendar days. And we are going to look at some predictions that I made according to the Christmas week, the week before Christmas. Okay, welcome aboard. Okay, first I would like to mention that this is not investment wise. Make sure that you take responsibility for your own investments. That way you will become a better investor in time. Okay, calendar day trading. What do I mean by this? Fixed dates in a year. We have certain dates which are very much of a fixed nature. Those are like dates when everything seems to be happen before that day and after that day at the same way. Why? Because we're human and we love traditions. So, Christmas week. In Christmas week we have a certain tradition. We buy presents, or Father Christmas brings us those presents. Usually what happens in the markets that the retail industry, it's about them, how they can deliver those presents. So lots of people are in the markets buying Christmas presents. So what it means is that usually the prices go up in the market, but not always. Usually this is the case. Before Christmas the prices go up. And what happens on New Year's Eve? Drop in prices. Why? Because of human behavior. People buy Christmas presents before the Christmas, and whenever there's a Christmas date, after that, they have a vacation. They spend usually quite a lot before this Christmas time. And on New Year's Eve, people usually, because of taxation, the same thing happens. People sell quite a lot of shares and investments in usual, and that is because of taxation. That's why we have these certain fixed dates, fixed calendar dates, where people act the same way almost all the time. This is also happening some other holidays, but we're now focusing on just these 2 days. So how can you predict that this is not happening? Like this year, I predicted that people would go into Christmas shopping, and the retail numbers were not that bad. We're okay. Usually markets tend to go up before Christmas, but not this year. Why? It was because there was other factors. Fed was raising interest rates. That was one factor, and in USA there was also this government shutdown, so that scared the market as well. And in France we had these events, yellow vest events, which terrified some of the players in the market. And there are also other factors that affected this market, but let's focus on these main ones. So in order to have a good price upward movement, we should not have negative influences to the market. This is like weighing game. You put positives and the negatives, and when the positives are more, there are more positive things, markets go up. But if there are more negative things, prices go down. And this week we had these negative things, so many usually, that compared to other years, this year was a lot worse. So that's why we had this drop in the markets. So let's have a look about those predictions that I made gone before the Christmas week on December 17 to, let's have a look, to December 21st, 2018. Okay, S&P 500, I predicted we would have an early week bottom. The price got down all week, so the I made 4 predictions on the S&P 500. I expected it to go up to 2,650 and so on, and then I have 4 moves down, up, but it didn't have. We only had this one movement, so there were so many negative things in the market. But you have to be realistic. You cannot get always your predictions right. And then on Bitcoin versus USD on Bitfinex, I predicted that we would go up in the early week to 3,200. We didn't, but the second movement was correct. I predicted we would go to $3,330, and we got there, and a lot more as well. Then on crude oil, I predicted we would go down to $50.40. We got there, and I predicted that after that we would go to $52, but we didn't get there. Gold, the first prediction was more we would go up to $1,252. That was correct, but the second one that we would go down to 1,230. We got down, but only to 1,245. So this was basically the week. It was fairly above 50% that week, which is in my case not that good. I usually got like 70% correct of these predictions, but you have to face the reality sometimes, and this was a good week and a good learning experience. Okay, hope you learned something from this video. Check on those calendar dates, which have a tendency to work the same way almost every year, unless something else happens. If the market should go up on that date and there's lots of more negatives in that market, then that positive movement, upward movement does not happen. Okay, hope you learned some new things on this video. You can catch me up on Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, my own name, and my company name, Rosmerta Oy, on Facebook. And of course, you can reach me on opilakia.fi in Finnish. And thanks for watching, and I hope you have a very great year 2019. See you in the next video. Bye bye. See if you the same.